weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Slapartist, and today we are trying to get through the final home stretch of... Let me go ahead and turn this stuff off. Shablamo. Getting ready to, on the home stretch here of Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1. It's been a good game. It's been fun to play again. Have not played it in a very, very long time. Looking forward to playing part 2 when I get around to it. Just some different features, different abilities you can do here as we get, give me 1 second here. As they move further into the game, you know, into the series, they get better and better, more features, more abilities. I'm looking forward to part 2, you know, where you can actually have a first-person point of view for shooting, which is actually neat. Sorry, things are just looking a little slow here on my end.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours...
Ooh. Oh, that was me on my controller. I thought something just happened. I was like, oh, no. Tell me no. Tell me no! Cargo elevators where we left it yesterday. Let's pick it back up. Got that groove stuck in my head, man. That damn birds. Birds all over the place in this. All right. Oh, give me 1 more second here. I do apologize for this. Got my tea here. I'm ready to rock and roll. So, how's everybody doing on this wonderful Saturday afternoon? Ooh, let's change my controller settings. I gotta go to analog mode. Just make things a little bit easier for me. Don't have to use the D-pad for everything then. I've got a fight coming up, don't we? Maybe I'll look over here. Maybe there's some goodies over here. Yep, just gotta look a little bit. Ooh, some Nikitas. And a rat. I'll take a ration. Obviously, I needed one. Damn birds.
Welcome, Cossack.
This guy.
This is the end of the road for you. Right, my friends? Listen, they agree. Ravens aren't scavengers like most people think. They're simply returning to the natural world, that which is no longer needed. Sometimes they even attack wounded foxes.
You were the one in the M1 tank? Must have been a tight fit for a big boy like you.
But that was no true battle.
He's got a minigun.
The Ravens and I were testing to see what kind of man you were. The judgment is decided. The Ravens say you are a true warrior.
Am I hallucinating? I can't move.
The Raven has put the mark of death upon you. Blood from the east flows within your veins. Your ancestors too were raised on the barren plains of Mongolia. Inuit and Japanese are cousins to each other. We share many ancestors, you and I.
I don't have any crows in my family tree.
You jest, but indeed ravens and snakes are not the best of friends. Nevertheless, you will make a worthy adversary. You live in Alaska too. You know of the World Eskimo Indian Olympics?
Yeah, I know it. Must be a real threat in the muck duck eating contest.
Muck duck.
Yes, you are right. But there is another event that I excel at. It is called the Ear Pull. It is an event where two opponents pull each other's ears while enduring the harsh cold. It tests spiritual as well as physical strength.
You want to pull each other's ears?
The form is different, but the spirit is the same. Rejoice, Snake! Ours will be a glorious battle.
This isn't glorious. It's just plain killing. Violence isn't a sport.
Well, we'll see if there is iron in your words.
Oh, it's on. It's on. It's on. Let's do it. Went the wrong way. Oh no. Be careful. Shot at. Nope. Damn it. I'm gonna end up killing myself is what I'm gonna end up doing here. Damn it. I'm just not good with this. Oh yeah, that might be a wipe for me. Yep, that's a wipe. Oh, is that so big, Daddy? That's good to know that, I guess. All right. Let's get past this part. Yeah, I am playing this on a legit console. That's my big thing, Fat, is, I play all my retro games on original consoles, except most of my stuff, I'm a huge supporter of the analog consoles, so a lot of that stuff, you know, my Nintendo, SNES, and Sega's done. My NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega is all done on analog consoles. In the bottom right hand corner you can see the analog icon. All that stuff's played on analog, but yeah, we're playing this on the PS3 here just because of the upscaling abilities that the PS3 has. So yeah, PS3 menu. No emulators here, bud. No emulators here. We're gonna go ahead and skip this part since we've been here. Yeah, I do have the fat PS3 with PS1 and PS2 backwards compatibility. It's still my Metal Gear Solid, my Metal Gear Solid 4 Sons of the Patriots PS3. Still have it, still works. Yep, so all I do here, Fat, is play retro games on behalf of NES fans, SNES fans. We have about 200,000 followers on our pages, so that's all I do is stream retro games. No modern, no Fortnite, PUBG here, but none. Man, he's quick at shooting us down, isn't he? Oh, I lost him. There we go. guy's a giant pain in the ass, is what he is. Wrecked me. Get up, Snake, get up. Pain in the ass. Oh, my rations are frozen. That's great. This guy needs to stop running so much. Oh, let's do that. Let's do some C4. I think that's a good idea. He runs a lot. Yeah, we're just gonna C4 his ass. Ah, okay, all right. We'll go back into that. My bad. Sorry, people. Being sloppy there. A little tired today, so just being reckless. We'll get back into it. Apologize for that. If you guys are new to watching, I would definitely appreciate a follow. You can also, if you feel the need, to cheer me on, subscribe, or donate to the channel. That's great. Trying to get enough donations to pick up Lunar Silver Star Story. That is the game of the week here on our Facebook pages. I don't own it for Sega CD. I do own it for the PlayStation. The complete Silver Star Story. We're gonna use some of these before we get in there. We're gonna just use C4, man. I think it's gonna be the easiest thing to do. I mean, the Nikitas, they wreck them. They put the hurt on them. Maybe we'll get to those. Maybe we can do that right now while he's still kind of slow and not really running at me full sprint. Use some of those rations before they freeze up on me again. Where'd he go? up, snake, get up! What the hell happened there? I think he's moving now. Blowing stuff up. Moving for a big guy, isn't he? Hey, Star. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm waiting for him to run to me a little bit. You know, I'm probably gonna have to set up a few on a perimeter because he just keeps running circles. But I was hoping he'd come into me a little bit, and I've hit him with one C4. Oh, claymores. Yeah, I have a ton of those. Yeah, I didn't thought about that one. Good job, man. Just trying to pick it back up and I shot myself. My ration's frozen? Yes. Good job, Star. Glad I picked all those up. Very nice. How you doing today, Star? You doing good, man?
Said, it is my existence
I'm gonna drink
which
some
is
tea.
no longer needed in this world.
Quote the raven.
But
Nevermore.
my body will not remain in this place. My spirit and my flesh will become one with the ravens. In that way, I will return to Mother Earth who bore me. Snake!
I mean, your ass is gonna get
watching you. Understand? Snake, take this security card. It will open that door.
Ooh, number 7.
Why?
You are a snake which was not created by nature. You and the boss. You are from another world. A world that I do not wish to know. Go and do battle with him. I will be watching from above. First, I'll give you a hint. The man who you saw die before your eyes.
What is it?
That was not the DARPA chief.
What?
It was Decoy Octopus, a member of Foxhound. He was a master of disguise. He copied his subjects down to the blood.
So deceitful.
So he drained the chief's blood and took it into himself.
Like a vampire.
But he wasn't able to deceive the Angel of Death.
The Angel of Death. But why go to so much trouble? Why impersonate the chief?
That is the end of my hint. You must solve the rest of the riddle yourself. Snake, in the natural world, there's no such thing as boundless slaughter. There's always an end to it. But you are different.
What are you trying to say?
The path you walk on has no end. Each step you take is paved with the corpses of your enemies. Their souls will haunt you forever. You shall have no peace. Hear me, Snake. My spirit will be watching you.
No. Kodak.
Snake, it's me.
Master.
It's about Naomi. Turn your monitor off.
What about Naomi?
Colonel, is Naomi there?
No, she's away. She's taking a short nap. So what is this about Naomi?
Okay, maybe we'd better let the Colonel hear this too.
Yeah. Go on, Master.
Well, basically, Dr. Naomi Hunter is not Dr. Naomi Hunter at all.
What?
I thought her story of her background sounded kind of fishy, so I checked it out.
And?
There is an actual Dr. Naomi Hunter, or I should say, there was one. But she's not the woman we know. The real Naomi Hunter disappeared somewhere in the Middle East. Our Naomi must have somehow obtained her identification papers.
So then who is she really?
She must be some kind of spy.
A spy?
Yes. Maybe she's been sent to sabotage this operation.
Are you saying she's with the terrorists?
I don't want to believe it either, but she is working for Foxhound.
So you think she had a part in the uprising?
Or she could be working with some different group altogether.
Different group? It couldn't be.
Place her under arrest.
What?
She's betrayed us. She needs to be arrested and interrogated to find out who she's with.
If she's one of their spies, then we're in big trouble.
What do you mean?
Nothing.
Have you let her in on some kind of vital secret or something? Does this have anything to do with the mysterious deaths of the DARPA chief and the Arms Tech president?
It very
I
well
have no
could.
idea.
Anyway, we cannot allow her to participate any further in this mission.
Wait a minute. Without her, we can't complete this mission.
I knew it. You're hiding something.
Give me some time. I'll try to get it out of her.
Hurry then. We've got to figure out who she is and what she's doing here.
I understand. Snake, give me some time.
I don't have any time left for you.
No time. Actually, we should put up the mine detector if those are still there. They may be gone. All right, everybody, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I got to take care of something really quick. Give me about 3 minutes. I'll be right back. Sorry about that long wait there, everybody. Fiance came home and was talking to her. Stuff, wedding stuff. Sorry, it pulls me away. Super important to get that stuff taken care of. Let's continue on to this game, shall we? I think all the mines are gone. Cleaning my glasses. All the ravens on him. Told him they ate his ass, didn't they? I'm just doing one quick run through here to make sure I found every item that I possibly could. I think it wasn't a bad fight. Wasn't a bad fight at all. Oh, here we go. Something, you know, when you get those at the beginning of some place, you know you gotta have to deal with some guns. Buddy. Bloody buddy. It's quiet. Too quiet, right? Feels too quiet. Ooh, buddy. Metal Gear. I have a toy that looks like Metal Gear.
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear, but it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, nobody patrolling. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys, and besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course, but there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep, that describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
Counting on me. I don't remember what's down here, but there was the, there was that. Oh, god damn. The motion gun. Let's check it out and see if there's anything worth it. I don't remember. Probably could have went down that way, huh? So and a ration. Gotta love that. There we go, unfrozen. Let's save it, shall we? Getting close, people, getting close.
Naomi wasn't acting strangely or anything?
No, I just can't believe that Naomi's an enemy spy. I refuse to accept that.
I don't want to believe it either, but...
Don't say it, Snake.
Don't say it. All right. Let's go up, baby. Let's take it up. Oop, I did miss that staircase. Or the ladder. I love how he runs. His high legs. Look at this.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
Story time.
Snake, I did it!
You got past security?
Bingo!
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
I haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one until now?
Because of the missile rocket propulsion system, it would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
Yeah, we learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections.
Hey, Cass.
Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
Sorry, I'll write you.
listening.
I'm trying to
If
listen.
word of
I'm
this
trying to.
got
So when
out,
people watch
could
it, I'm
delay
trying to
the
let them
signing of
listen to the
START
story.
III treaty and cause a huge international incident.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested, only simulated.
You mean they ran a computer model?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No, Ocelot took it from me.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to keep the story there, keep the channel clean. Yeah. So, sorry, Cass. There. Yes, I started playing about 2 days ago. You got that. And Brodo, how you doing? Cass, good for you to jump into stream. This might be your first time here. My name's not slapartist. My name's Nick, but I go by slapartist, and we're wrapping up Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PS1. But we're playing it on the PS3. All we do here is stream retro games. That's it. That's all we do is just retro games. You can check a little bit more about that if you want to on the panels that I have on my channel. You can scroll down and see what we stream, but I'll go ahead and copy those and paste those in here for you so you can see them. And then the next one is deciding what we play next. That's half the fun. Sorry, I meant to say chatting here instead of her. I meant to say her instead of here. Shit, the other way around. I'm all over this. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I hurt. I forgot there were guys here.
Where'd he go?
Snake!
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
Well, that's part of it. Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like we were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Alright, let's get out of here. I got some people chasing me. Yeah, he's right there. He's gonna catch me. Alright. Let's go silenced. What's up? Jay, Junie boy, Bowie, yeah. How you doing today? Roto, you've seen all of this, haven't you? You've kind of been here for, I think, since day one, haven't you? Where the hell did that guy go? The music gets pretty awesome here at the end. There he is. Oh, that's his stopping point. That's alright if you missed the beginning. I had some technical difficulties starting around the beginning of this.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No, there's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss?
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Golukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
Liquid. But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site?
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India. I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about this new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the President will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion? That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox dye vaccine in our demands.
Fox dye. It killed Octopus and the Armstech president. So it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with the adrenaline level in the blood. Or maybe it's just because this fox dye was still experimental and they haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
In any case, have you heard from your friend, Colonel Sergei Golukovich, at the Spetsnaz?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? Golukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
But he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we join forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the Genome Soldier's brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here.
We could still escape.
We've got the most powerful weapon ever made, and we're about to ally with Golukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? We can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
What about your promise to Colonel Golukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
But boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden. If the code is in it again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the Armstech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They've finished inputting the PAL codes. So how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see the override system that the President was talking about? It can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
Yeah, you better get started. We don't have much time.
But it takes 3 keys, right? I've only got 1 of them.
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes. It's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in 1. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. Input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First, I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system. It's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Who's that? Damn! The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake! This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Damn it. I'm gonna get my butt kicked. I hate that you can't see them. That's fun, right? Just hide up there and they can't see you. That's why this game has its own charm. I'll give you that. It's, this game, like I said, I remember playing it when I got it for the Pizza Hut demo from Pizza Hut. It was so awesome to get it. I think I played it. I think I was a freshman in high school. Maybe freshman or sophomore. It was in 98, was it? Maybe a sophomore. And I remember I asked my folks to buy it for me. They wouldn't buy it for me. Mom was like, I'm not buying you a game. She was all pissy. She ended up buying it for me anyway. You know what game I really enjoyed too as a kid growing up was Siphon Filter. Love that game. Really had a lot of fun with that one. Played a lot of it. you obviously liked it too then. That is an amazing game. An amazing game. Yeah, I love me some Siphon Filter. I was hoping that I still had some items to pick up here. Guess I don't. Thought I did. Guess I'm fresh out. Is that what I need? Thermal goggles? I haven't played this game in a very long time, so anything you're helping... Ooh, there's some stuff right there, right? So you're helping with everything that I can do in this game. Thank you, Star. I definitely appreciate the help. I think I got everything there. Two of them. Move your ass, Snake.
Find that key. It fell somewhere in that drainage ditch. Use your mine detector.
Mine detector?
Yeah.
There we go. There's some stuff there, right? Man, you know this game pretty well. It's been forever and a day since I've played it. Always go the wrong way. I don't think I ever did it on extreme level star for me. I think it was just, it's too much. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Well, I bet it's intense. Oh, was the radar off for the whole game? See Roto giving me a squinty eye look. I threw two of them, I think.
PAL code number 1, confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2, freeze the key.
I usually play on story mode if it's available. Oh, I bet extreme level's something interesting. Don't I gotta go back to the other area and freeze it? Is that what I have to do? Star, I have to go back where where my rations were frozen? That's just kind of right around the next area, isn't it? Figured as much. And then I got to go to the next place where the furnace was to heat it up. Terminator's map. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. All right, so I got some ways to go, but I think some of the cardboard boxes can make that easier. Maybe not, though. Yeah, I bet extreme level's just tough with this. I don't know. I cannot remember if I've ever done it. If I would have, it would have been on a save file, so I probably never did it. Sweet. Look at this. Boy, that wasn't there before, was it? Some goodie boxes up there. We'll get those on the way back. I don't know what those are. But will binos help me look at them? I was hoping they'd give me some sort of insight. really? Now it's just hang out till it freezes, right? I believe so. Don't really have to do anything else. What you should do is like put it on the ground. This guy's veins are ice cold anyway. You should just put it under his armpit. I think that would work. Oh, there we go. It's cold now. It should be freezer on that room with PCs, right? It should be. In part 2 or one of them, you can actually take the silencer off. I don't know. I really enjoyed in part. So let me tell you a little story about part 2 with me. I remember when it was coming out, and we had a Kmart here in my town, and I remember it did change color. Star, it did. We had a Kmart here in my town, and I remember going to the Kmart like a day or two, maybe at the most, before the game came out, before Metal Gear Solid 2 came out for the PS2, and they had it in a box that I could see behind the counter, and I asked him to sell me that game. I said, I want to buy that game, and this was kind of in a day before, you know, they were really big on release dates and stuff, and I remember the person behind the counter actually said, oh, this game right here, perfect. They just scanned it with a gun. You know, this was a long time ago. This is 2000, 2001. Scanned it, sold it to me, and I got it like a day or two before it was released. And then my cousin, who's a moderator here, Bear, told him I got it, and he went down to Kmart. He ended up buying a copy too, but it was awesome to have it a few days before it was released. At least I thought it was. I thought it was pretty special. I was happy. But I like Snake Eater as well. There we go. It does feel like 10 years ago, doesn't it?
Palcode number 2 confirmed. Awaiting Palcode number 3.
Okay, there goes pal code number 2. Next comes pal number 3. Warm the key.
Seeing if there's any more grenades in this room. I feel old. Oh yeah, it was a way better time. Could go down and buy video games that were dirt cheap, retro games. Damn it.
I heard you. Where'd he go?
I'm up on Metal Gear, dude. Just look up. I'm right there. Yeah, this part's kind of not fun. You know, it's just going back and forth. Could be better. Could be better. What is a sneaky snake? You guys ever seen that video of that kid doing sneaky snake? Have you ever seen this? Let's see if I can find it. You guys ever seen this video? I think this kid is like, he made this hat, then he took some Ambien, and then he started recording his dumb ass on the internet. But you know what though? It has 25 million views, and I don't know what to say if I was the sneaky snake kid. Way too funny. It's way funny. I'm a snake. I'm a sneaky snake. It's so it is wild. Stuff on YouTube, baby. Stuff on YouTube. Oh, now there's enemies here? Of course there is. Too many Pokemon. It's too many, man. He's taking too many Pokemons. Alright, well I guess we'll go back and get as many items as we can. Our badgers. Don't think I gotta hightail it through here when I make the card key warm, I believe. Badger, right? You guys ever seen that animation? It's really funny. Oh, now we got the long story stuff.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called fox dye?
So,
No.
I know, sorry.
Fox
Should be talking
dye.
during this.
Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but
What are you trying to say?
it's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, I mean, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently, fox dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the fox dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Sorry, everybody stepped away quick. I'm trying to get a quick snack as I play this game. Now I gotta worry about this stuff. I think there's a chance to get more grenades up here. Oh, no worries. Appreciate it, Star. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the stories that's happening. Yeah, if you guys have Amazon Prime, you can gift a free sub. I definitely appreciate it. You guys don't have to. I'm just trying to get up there to get 15 subscribers or 15 sub points in the same 30-day period so I can get some more emotes. Roto, you'll check later, or you're trying to do the same thing to try to get more subs? All right. No worries. I thought I would just ask, fellas. Thank you, though. I do appreciate you sticking around and watching this. I had a feeling that was going to happen one of these days. where they put that.
Snake, are you okay? Snake?
It should start me there, right? There we go. Damn it, I thought I had that. Give me one quick second. All right, we're back. All right, let's get into this. I'm waiting for that steam to blow on that bottom one, but I know it does. There it is. And hopefully there's still some stuff out here. There we go. And that card should be changed by now. There it is. Ooh, another ration. I could take one of those. Alright, now I gotta hightail it back. Because I don't want to lose... I can lose my card, can't I? Like the condition of it, correct? believe I can. Alright, as long as it has a little bit of time, that'll be okay. Sorry, I'm eating a snack right now, and I just don't want you to see me eating on screen. Trying to be considerate.
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification, but my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from. My age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier.
Did you say Chuck Yeager?
When he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes. Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all
Evil.
I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
About Fox Die? Fox Die is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox Die contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi.
What?
You must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use Fox Die.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with Fox Die as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth. The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi
I like
to make
him
any
too,
more
Star. I'll give you
unauthorized
that.
transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox Die was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Stop Metal Gear. Alright, we gotta get through fast. Ooh, that's nice to get. That's a nice pickup. Missed something there. I don't remember how to fight Metal Gear. You know, at the very end. I know it shoots a bunch of rockets at me, I believe.
deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the
No worries
detonation
there.
code is completed.
Cass, hope
Nothing
you've
can
just kind of
stop
been lurking
Metal
then, it
Gear
sounds
now.
like, so I do appreciate
Master,
it.
what's going on?
You found the
Do what
key.
you gotta take care of, man.
And even activated
Take
the
care of what you
warhead
gotta do.
for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Die.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation
He looks
code?
like Val Kilmer. He looks like Iceman.
You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid. How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Yep. I don't remember how to get the hell out of here. And you guys remember? Kodak? Otacon? I'm assuming? Okay. Ooh, let me try something here.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Come on, hurry up already.
Hang on.
Tell me what to do. Move your
I
ass.
hacked into security.
Good job,
Snake,
Otacon.
I'm opening the door.
Just do it. Ooh, there it goes.
Is everything all right, Snake?
No, everything's not all right, lady.
Come on, Snake.
Tell me what I can and cannot do. Alright, cutscene.
Liquid! Snake! Did you like my sunglasses?
It's Val Kilmer, baby, when he has his hair pulled back.
You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself as Master?
So I could manipulate you more easily. And you performed quite well, I must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along with the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox dye.
Fox dye? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Dye's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
No doubt.
No doubt.
I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Dye's program. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I've already added the Fox Dye vaccine to my list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Arms Tech president and decoy octopus were killed by Fox Dye. But Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
A bug in the virus's programming?
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
So it's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
Ooh. I was the favorite, huh?
You were the favorite. Right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that you're garbage since the day you were born? But I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Love? It's hate! He always told me I was inferior. And now I'll have my revenge! You should understand me, brother. You killed our father with your own hands. You stole my chance for revenge. Now I'll finish the work that
Tough pill to
Father
swallow.
began. I will surpass him. I will destroy him.
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike you, I'm proud of the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. Yeah.
Snake, your blood
All right.
will be the first to
I think
be
it's rocket
filled by
launcher
this
time, Star. I think that's what it's
glorious
Stinger,
new weapon.
right? Or the Stinger, yeah.
Consider it an honor.
You gotta shoot the
A
radars,
gift
right?
from your brother. Now I'll show you the power of the weapon that will lead us in the 21st century.
It's moving.
Yep, it's on.
How do I stop it?
You have to ask it nicely. Hey, join Ed Starlight. Thank you very much for the follow. Definitely do appreciate it. Please continue your support by following, like you just did, cheering, giving me bits, donating to the channel, or most importantly, subscribing to the channel. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can sub to the channel free if you do have a Prime account. Amazon Prime, that is. I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm going to see how well I do with this. Throw some grenades here. And, ooh, 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 ooh. Getting my ass kicked. I hate this part. Damn it! Gosh.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
Just gotta get after it, I think. shooting at? I don't even know what I'm shooting at. I didn't know I was still shooting. I didn't know I was still shooting. Getting butt kicked. There we go. Whew. I have no life. I think I gotta fight Snake. I think it's hand-to-hand combat now.
That do it.
Nice try, Snake! Die!
Hurry! Get away!
Great Fox.
The name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat.
So it is you.
You look terrible, Snake. You haven't aged well.
I'll send you back to hell!
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about
I know, it
Naomi?
is just only
She's
the beginning.
hell-bent on taking revenge
And I have
for
no
you.
life left. I'm gonna have to get better at that.
You're the
end.
only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Any tactics there,
Because
Star?
I'm the one who killed her parents. I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now, she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
From the outside, we might have seemed like a happy brother and sister, but every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back
So
at
yeah,
me.
I mean, I might have to start that again because I have no health left unless I can pick some up here.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving. Fox!
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use Royal Harriers.
Fox.
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
Destroyed the radome.
Impressive! You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! Fire the stinger!
Fox! Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Now!
It's no good.
Front of
I can't do it.
I can finally die. After
No,
Zanzibar,
I can't do it.
I was taken from the battle.
It's no
Neither
good.
truly
I
alive,
can't do it. No,
nor truly
I can't do it.
an undying shadow in a world of light. But soon,
He sounds like Splinter.
it will finally end. Die!
It is thunderstorming out here. I hope the power doesn't go out.
Farewell.
It's like a dinosaur.
Foolish man! He prayed for death, and it found him. You see, you can't protect anyone, not even yourself. Die!
Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. Come on, man. That wasn't even close to me. I'm dead. Yeah. Alright, let's do that again. I had no life for that last one. He whooped my ass. Now we gotta start it all over again, right? That's fine. That goes right into that. Should be able to aim up however I want. Do have a little more experience with it now. That is probably the worst thing though, is not being able to shoot up all the way. Oh, that didn't get me. He is so full of shit. What are you doing? Damn it, Snake! Damn it. Whew. We're just gonna skip it and go right into it, you guys.
Now, in front of you, I can
It'd be better if I just shoot him here.
After Zanzibar, I was taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying shadow
Oh man, really? Get up, Snake. Okay, now I... Jesus. This system, the item menu selection drives me bananas in this. It just is kind of a big pain in the ass. There's no quick switch between two guns. You gotta go through all of it. Oh, and there's claymores. I obviously can't select what I need. That one was gonna get me. Get up. Damn it. That thing is awful. That's gotta stop. There's a quick way to switch between weapons. No, if you hit R1, it'll toggle it off and on, but I don't know if there's a way to switch between exact weapons that you want. That much I don't think there is, but I could be wrong. What I'm finding difficulties with is every time I switch to my gun, really frustrating is it toggles it automatically on. Oh, really? He's got a bee's dick of health left. Oh my god.
Snake!
Get you one little more.
I'll crush you into dust!
Now I gotta fight.
Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, During the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for war?
Star, if I die on him,
I don't want that kind
do I
of
have to do all the other parts again?
You lie. So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I watched your face when you did it. It was filled with the joy of battle.
You're wrong.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to deny it. We were created to be that way.
Created?
Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That's what the project was called. It started in the 1970s. Their plan was to artificially create the most powerful soldier possible. The person that they chose as the model was the man known then as the greatest living soldier in the world.
Big boss.
But Father was wounded in combat and already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of Father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong fetal growth. You and I were originally octuplets.
I'll try not to.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed. To create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born. But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation Special Forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers?
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments!
I love how it cuts into live action.
1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes, they too are our brothers and sisters.
So the genome soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We are on the verge of extinction.
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why? It increases the chance that their genes will be passed on to a new generation. Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond. In order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you.
Ooh, right, here it comes.
Look behind you!
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision. They won't even need a BDA. If you want the details, why don't you ask your precious Colonel Campbell?
Colonel, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
What is the Pentagon trying to do? Colonel, answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS.
What for?
To bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with anyone who knows anything.
Don't worry, Snake. I'll stop the nuclear strike.
How?
I may only be a figurehead here, but I'm still officially in command of this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry. They forced me to cooperate in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel.
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake, the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty.
Oh,
this is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Houseman.
It looks like Sean
Put the
Connery.
Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
The President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart.
Got to tell everybody the
You'll
plan.
be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the genome army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s. Our country's dirty little secret.
It's a long dialogue.
Can't be allowed to live. Well, the bombs will be dropping soon, and you two have a lot of catching up to do. Farewell.
All right. Set.
There's no way out for us. Let's finish this before the airstrike.
Yeah, I hope if I die, I hope I not have to go back and fight
everything
another
for
year
me. Only your death can satisfy me. Only your death can return to me what is rightly mine. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle. Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death.
3 minutes.
If you win, you might still be able to save her.
Nervous.
You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end.
Well, if he quits talking, I'll have more
If you
time.
cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it will kill even you.
He's wasting time.
Have at you, Snake.
Of course.
What's wrong, Snake?
knew that one was coming.
Better hurry. It's going to blow. What's wrong, Snake?
I'm dead. Ah, he beat me.
You're out of time.
Damn it. I hope I fight him right there again. I hope I don't have to fight Metal Gear again.
Have at you, Snake.
Ah, I gotta get away from that. Get up, Snake. What are you doing? Come on. I love how he can move and dodge that.
Snake?
Get up, Of course. Can't move fast enough.
Nice shot! Better hurry.
Kick my
It's
butt.
going to blow! What's wrong, Snake?
No!
You're out of time!
What the hell am I doing? Oh, man.
You're out of time!
I gotta be careful at the beginning parts. Because he kicks me and he just beats me down.
Have at you, Snake.
Ah, I gotta be better on that. I know better. Ah, I know better on that too. Get up. Move your ass, Snake. Can't move quick
What's
enough.
wrong, Snake? Nice shot! What's wrong, Snake?
For me, being the tough one or the good one out of the G's, he hits harder than I do. Ooh, that was really good. Put the hurt down on me. No, no, no. this. Oh, woo! Damn. Oofta. Roto. Still here, buddy. I think that's it. I think that's the end of the game.
Meryl. Meryl?
I thought he was close to beating me there. Again.
Snake, is that you? Snake, oh, you're alive. Thank God.
Meryl. Meryl, are you okay?
Are you okay? Is that all you can say?
Meryl, it must have been terrible.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I didn't give in to the torture.
Torture?
And things even worse than that. I was fighting too. Just like you.
Back scratcher.
You're a strong woman.
Fighting them made me feel closer to you. I felt like you were there with me. It gave me the strength to go on. But I was scared.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that. But it made me realize something. During all the pain and shame, there was one thing I was sure of. A single hope that I held on to. And that hope kept me alive. Snake, I wanted to see you again.
Meryl. That's my Kodak.
Snake, it's me.
Otacon, good news. Meryl's okay.
All right. You saved her, man. Good job.
I got some bad news, too. We're about to be bombed.
Oh, boy. I guess we're considered expendable.
Is there a way out of here?
A way out? Yeah. You can take the loading tunnel to the surface. There's a parking garage right next to you. The tunnel leads from there to the surface.
The door in front?
No. It's a small entrance to the west of that door.
How about the security?
I just unlocked it. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll take care of security along your escape route, too.
What are you going to do?
Me? I'll stay here.
Are you crazy?
I need a little more time to take care of your escape route.
But
unlocking the security doors is difficult work. Only I can do it.
Otacon.
Don't worry. I'm staying here. It's my own decision.
Otacon, this is a hardened shelter, but they're going to use a surface-piercing nuclear bomb. It won't hold.
I'm through regretting the past. Life isn't all about loss, you know.
He misses Sniper Wolf.
Snake, I'm a complete person now. I've found a reason to live.
Good. Don't die on me.
Same to you. Take care of Meryl, okay?
I will.
Okay, I gotta go. I promise I'll do something about your escape route.
Thanks.
Thanks? Well, that sounds nice.
I believe in you.
Thanks, Snake.
I don't think it's over yet, right? I still have to get out of the tunnel.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What about him? Where's Otacon?
He's fighting right now. With his old self. To be the man he wants to be.
He's fighting for us too?
Yeah. And I don't want it to be in vain.
Me too.
Meryl.
Snake.
No. It started.
I must be heavy.
Looks like we're not gonna have a love scene after all.
Looks that way. Too bad.
Let's get out of here.
Snake, it's freezing outside. You need some clothes.
There's my sneaking suit.
Hurry up.
Put some clothes on. Put a shirt on.
Hurry! Looking good, Snake.
She's one of those guys.
Hurry!
No items. Ooh, I got a ration though. Got to ration that shit.
I'll drive.
All right.
Damn, a surveillance camera. Damn, no keys. All right, keys. I got it, Snake. Jump in. Fire that machine gun with your weapon button. Shoot him, Snake. Snake, hold on.
Come on. All right. Home stretch. A little bit of Halo. Before Halo was Halo.
Uh-oh, Snake. Check. Here they come. We'll never make it. Okay, Snake, let's go.
Another
We're
checkpoint.
not out of the woods yet. Here they come. We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path.
I'm trying, but I really can't see what I'm shooting at, lady.
You did it, Snake.
All right. You know who it is.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet!
Liquid!
Come on. How do I aim on that? There we go. Damn it! That's how he's gonna get me, isn't he? Oh, he totally got me. How horseshit is that? Come on. Ugh. So there, so right there.
Hurry!
Cass, okay, what about the footprints?
Damn!
What does that have to do with the stream, bud? Oh, really?
Damn, no keys. All right, keys.
ready for it.
Uh-oh, Snake. Here they come. We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path. Okay, Snake, let's go.
Ready for this next one.
We're not out of the woods yet. Here they come. We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path.
I'm trying to clear a path, lady. Get none of your shit. Can't hit the guy. There we go. I don't want any of your shit, Meryl.
Snake?
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet!
Liquid!
I don't know how he gets me. Some weird reason he does. The worst part. Die again. Oh, he's gonna get me again. You've got to be kidding me there. It's seriously right there where you just can't get it. Oh my god.
Hurry!
This is getting old. Come on.
I'll drive.
I think it's set to take a certain amount of damage.
Damn, no keys. All right, keys.
Get out of my way. Jeez.
I got it, Snake. Jump in.
Let me in. Quit screwing around.
Fire that machine gun with your weapon buttons. Snake, hold on.
Like half health. Oh, it's getting screwed on this. Oh, I'm totally getting hosed on it. You really can't fire where you need to. It's kind of all hip shooting.
Uh-oh, Snake. Checkpoint. Here they come. We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path. Okay, Snake, let's go.
Just frustrated there, Star. Just frustrated. Ready to be done with Metal Gear.
We're not out of the woods yet. Here they come. We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path.
And I can't obviously kill these guys, if you can see that. What do you want me to do, Meryl? She needs to help a little seriously. This one's a wash. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy on that.
Hurry! I'll drive.
What's up, Roto? Oh, it just...
Man, a surveillance camera.
This shooting just isn't the best.
Damn, no keys. All right, keys.
Get out of here with that shit.
Got it,
Yeah.
Snake. Jump in.
Let me in.
Fire that machine. Snake, hold on.
I don't know how I lost a quarter of my life there, but I guess I did.
Snake, check this. Here they go. We'll never make it. Okay, Snake, let's go.
That's why you like retro games better than actual games? Because it's more difficult?
We're not out of the woods yet. Here they go.
I can't seem to
We'll
kill
never
these
make
guys.
it. Snake, clear a path.
Like, these guys cause me some problems. Well, I hear you, Meryl. I hear you. But you're screwing me over. Look at that. Got little to no life left. Oh, man. There's no... Can't see him. Can't see where you're firing. And this guy here, Snake, or Liquid Snake, it's...
Not yet,
shooting him,
Snake.
but it's just a pain in the ass.
It's not over yet.
I'm just frustrated.
Liquid.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how to get it. If anybody has any advice on this part, I would really appreciate it. I am steady aiming on them. There we go. I'm sorry, everybody. It's really frustrating.
Hurry!
It's frustrating. Oh, I'm laughing too, man. It's just ridiculous.
Damn, a surveillance camera. Damn, no
Come on.
keys.
There's 3 of them?
All right, keys.
What's that? Ooh, another ration.
Jump in.
That's nice. I didn't know there were 2 there. That'd have been nice to know.
Fire that machine gun with your weapon butt. Shoot him, Snake. Snake, hold on.
That would have been nice to have, right? 2 rations. Didn't see that. Remember, theory applies. Bulletproof vests are pointless when you get shot in the face. What's going on, Brian? I'm glad you're here, man. Good to see you. Star's laughing at me. I've tried this one like 5 times this end of this. But this is nice that I have a second ration. I'm glad to be here with a great game. Hey, Garbage. Oh, man. Right at the end here. It's been just a shit show with me trying to get past this. But now I have 2 rations. That has the potential to make it a little easier.
Okay,
I didn't see that one.
Let's go.
Garbage, thanks for the follow. Very much. I definitely do appreciate that. All we do here on my channel is play retro games on behalf of NES and SNES fans.
Here they come. We'll never make it.
Okay,
Snake,
that
clear a
one's dead.
path.
That one's dead. That one's dead too. Let's use a little ration here. Ration that shit out. Yeah, you guys are catching me at the very end here. I was having a little bit of a minor meltdown there on that. I was getting frustrated. Yeah, Garbage, it's been good, man. We're having a good stream here. Thank you for following. Definitely do appreciate it. Well, that's it. You're on the retro streamer you need to be then, man. This is it. Brian's here. He's one of my subscribers. He's been here for a while. I stream on behalf of the Facebook pages of NES fans. We have over 100, almost 200,000 followers, so we've got a good following. And this is very important here, Garbage Ed. This is all done. You know, we're playing the PS1 game. No emulation here. This is real cartridges, consoles. I usually use all my analog consoles for my Nintendo, Sega, and Super Nintendo, but my big point is to try to deliver you guys the best quality stream that I can. So today we're running this through a PS3, the fat PS3 with the Framemeister to help clean it up just a little bit. Unfortunately, this coming week will be a little bit harder for me to stream. I have to do some video work here for a company. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it'll be a little bit tougher for me to get some streaming in. So I do apologize for that, everybody. It's a paying gig, man. Oh, that's it. Right there, buddy. PS3. Sorry, I got a little too close to the camera. Does that work for you? Is that solid evidence? How about this? That's PS3 menu. No, you can ask Star. He's been watching me play for a little bit. Brian's been watching me play retro games here for a while.
Yeah.
I would definitely
shook up.
appreciate I should shut up on this part. Let's listen. Let's listen.
It's no good. I can't move.
What happened to Liquid?
I can't see him either.
Liquid's dead. Uh-oh.
Snake! Snake!
Doing my stream deck alerts here for you guys.
he's dead, that means...
Don't say it, Snake.
What happened to the air raid? No stealth bombers in sight.
Snake, can you hear me?
Colonel.
Are you okay?
Colonel, what happened?
The Secretary of Defense has been arrested. Early retirement.
Arrested?
I was able to get into contact with the President. Metal Gear, the training exercise, all of it. It was all the Secretary of Defense acting alone.
Acting alone? What happened to the air raid and the nuclear strike?
The orders were rescinded. The F-117s and the B-2 Spirits have returned to the base. Once again, I have complete authority over this operation.
I see.
Washington isn't stupid enough to use nukes to cover up a few secrets.
I wonder about that.
In any case, the danger's over. Thanks, Snake.
Colonel, you can rest easy. Meryl's fine.
Really? Thanks. Thank you, Snake. Snake, I'm sorry. I kept a lot of things from you.
It's okay, Colonel.
Snake, I'm not a colonel.
Oh, that's right.
I've got a present for you. There's a snowmobile close to you. Mei Ling saw it on the satellite photos. This time of year, the glaciers are pretty calm. You should be able to ride right out of there. I'll bet the boys at the DIA and the NSA never expected you to come home alive.
Me neither. I better not show my face around here.
No danger of that. You two officially died after your Jeep sank into the ocean.
That's not too far from the truth.
Also, there's a helicopter waiting for you on Fox Island.
Dr. Hal Emmerich should be somewhere on the base. I want someone to bring him in.
I understand. Leave it to me.
Okay, Roy. Are you gonna be okay?
Don't worry. I've got an insurance policy. A hard copy of all Mei Ling's data. As long as I've got that, you, me, and Mei Ling will be fine.
The battery on these nanomachines will run out soon. They won't be able to follow us.
I guess we won't meet again.
Don't worry. I'll pay you a visit sometime.
Really? I look forward to that.
Roy, just tell me one thing.
What?
About Fox Die.
Meryl will be fine. She wasn't included in its programming.
What about me? It killed Liquid.
Naomi said that she wants to talk to you face to face about that.
How is she?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is with her right now. I'm switching over to Naomi.
Snake, it's me.
Naomi.
I heard about my brother.
I'm sorry. But he had one last message he wanted to say to you. He told me to tell you to forget about him and to go on with your own life.
Frankie said that?
Yeah. He also said he'll always love you. Naomi, your brother just saved you, me, and the whole world. He fought with every ounce of strength in his body.
Maybe. Maybe now he's finally found some peace. He wasn't really my brother anymore. Ever since he fought with you in Zanzibar, he's been like a ghost. A ghost looking for a place to die.
Naomi, Liquid died from Fox Die too. What about me? When am I gonna go?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
Everybody dies when their time is up.
Yeah, so when's mine up?
It's up to you how you use the time left to you. Live, Snake. That's all I can say to you.
Each person is born with their fate written into their own genetic code. It's unchangeable, immutable. But that's not all there is to life. I finally realized that. I told you before the reason that I was interested in genes and DNA. Because I wanted to know who I was. Where I came from. I thought that if I analyzed my DNA, I could find out who I was. Who my parents were. And I thought that if I knew that, then I'd know what path I should take in life. But I was wrong. I didn't find anything. I didn't learn anything. Just like with the genome soldiers, you can input all the genetic information, but that doesn't make them into the strongest soldiers. The most we can say about DNA is that it governs a person's potential strengths, potential destiny. You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. Snake, whether or not you're in the Fox-Die program isn't important. The important thing is that you choose life. And then live. Don't you think, Snake? Don't worry. I'm going to choose life too. Until today, I've always looked for a reason to live. But from here on, I'm going to just live. Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to the future. That's how all life works. Loving each other, teaching each other. That's how we can change the world. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
Look, I found this.
Let's keep it as a reminder.
Of what? A reminder of a successful mission? Or the first time we met?
You guys know what that is?
A reminder of how to live.
Huh?
Until today, I've lived only for myself. Survival has been the only thing I cared about in my life.
That's not just you. That's how everyone is.
I only felt truly alive when I was staring death in the face. I don't know. Maybe it's written into my genes.
What about now? What do your genes say about your future now?
Maybe it's time I live for someone else.
Someone else?
Yeah. Someone like you. Maybe that's the real way to live.
So, where to, Snake?
David. My name's David.
Okay. So where to, Dave?
I think it's time we look for a new path in life.
A new path?
A new purpose.
Will we find it?
We'll find it. I know we'll find it.
What are those?
Caribou. To the Aleutians, the caribou is a symbol of life. It'll be spring here soon.
For us too.
Yeah. Spring brings new life to everything. It's a time for hope. I've lived here a long time, but Alaska has never looked more beautiful. The sky, the sea, the caribou, and most of all, you.
I think I'm gonna like this new life.
Come on. Let's enjoy life.
And I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Yeah, Star, I just did a massive playthrough of Super Mario 64. I have an Ultra HDMI mod for my 64, so the first game I decided to play on that was Super Mario 64. So I have a full 120-star Super Mario 64 stream on my... You can either catch it here on my Twitch account, or you can catch it on my YouTube account as well. There's a link for that right there if you want to. Or you can check it out here on Twitch. So I do run Garbage. Since if you're still here, I can give you a list of everything that I stream. Let me pull these up here for as far as consoles go. Here you go. And those are all of my panels too on my channel page. But yep, have a great playthrough of 120 stars of Super Mario 64. Yep, Brian was there. Brian was there for that one. It was a good choice. You know, it was the first time I received my Ultra HDMI 64 back, and so it was my first game to check out the new mod there. So I was glad to and happy to play Super Mario 64. It was tough, you know, it was tough to play it. I haven't played Super Mario 64 forever, probably since I first received that game when I was a freshman in high school, you know, when I first got the console. But I don't know what I'm going to play next, but there's a list of all the systems that I play. And again, Garbage and Star and Brian already knows this, but I only stream retro games, and I'm doing them on original hardware. Except for my NES, I'm using an analog NT Mini that gives me the best clarity, a Super NT for my Super Nintendo, and then my Mega SG for my Sega games. But as far as PlayStation goes, I run a PlayStation 3 for my games, just because I have the fat PS3 and it upscales everything. So, a vote must be. Yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm going to be playing next. Like I said, I start filming tomorrow really early in the morning, so I don't know if I'll get a chance to stream anything in here until maybe Thursday or Friday. But I'm gonna try, you guys. I do apologize for that. I mean, I'll send an email out or put it on my channel when I figure that out. But I was trying to get through this tonight because I do have a dinner party that I need to go to. I need to take care of that. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm feeling kind of horror game film, but this is the one that we played today on the PlayStation, the original Metal Gear. I had this game a long time ago. I was going to do the Twin Snakes version, but then my mod and I started talking, and there are some subtle differences in this, that you can actually go first person point of view and shoot, and you don't have that with the first one. You can do pull-ups too in that one, so not too sure what's going to be coming up next. We do have a new horror game film page on our Facebook account, so I stream. If you see in the upper corner here, you can see it's going through my cycling of Twitch and YouTube. There's one for Facebook. That's facebook.com/ I think it's NES Fans 1. I think that's what it is. Let me check here for you guys. Yep, here's the link to it. That's who I stream with on behalf of them, and we have a lot of other pages, SNES fans, Sega fans, Atari fans. But we have about 200,000 people who do that. So if you're really interested in retro games, and I'm talking to you and Garbage and Star, Brian might already be part of it, but you can go to that website on the Facebook page if you have Facebook and join up. I always announce when I'm going live on my Twitter account first. So, and my Twitter account's right here, so you'll always have an update coming from Twitter when I'm going live, and then you'll see something on the Facebook account as well. But we just made a horror game film, a horror fans page, and I'm thinking that maybe a horror game might be good next. But I don't know if I want to do a Nintendo or Super Nintendo. Sometimes just going through an easy game like an NES game is nice to do it after a long game like this. I think I'm in this game you know, 11 hours, Friday the 13th. Man, I am not good at that game. That game would kick my butt if I did it. We do have another streamer, Death Adder, who loves Battletoads, and every once in a while you'll catch him do a full playthrough with no codes or anything on Battletoads. It's quite amazing out of it. You've never played Clock Tower? All right. I do own Clock Tower. I've been thinking about Silent Hill 1. I do love the Silent Hills. I got an awesome version of Silent Hill 2 on my PlayStation. That's the enhanced version with all these HD mods.
You mustn't allow yourself to be chained to fate, to be ruled by your genes. Humans can choose the type of life they want to live. The important thing is that you choose life, and then live.
Okay. Mush and Dogs. Metal Gear Solid. Yeah,
the entire unit was wiped
let's listen.
out. Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. President.
Dun dun dun. I didn't do so hot. Got the bandana though. One of my save datas is with the bandana, the other one's with the stealth ammo, and these were made years ago. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1. I've been debating on, I've had some requests to play this for the GameCube, some Eternal Darkness. I've never played it, and I do like horror games, and this is supposed to be a really good one. Never played it. Got it really dirt cheap years ago when I worked at Hastings. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I really do appreciate your support, your help, your conversations. It helps keep me engaged in the game and motivated to keep going on. But Star, thank you for coming in. Garbage, welcome to the stream. Definitely nice having you here. I definitely do appreciate it. Brian, as always, it's good to see you. And everybody else here who's lurking, who I don't see, thank you for watching today. This concludes the stream of Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1. And it's nice to be done with that, but I'm really not too sure what I'll be streaming next. I'm thinking and leaning towards the line of horror game, but I might try to sneak just a regular Nintendo game in there, just because it would be easier and it can be over and done with quite quickly as opposed to playing another 14, 15, 20-hour game, and I believe that's what Eternal Darkness is. So I'm not too sure what's going on, but I will be slowing down my streaming here this week. I do apologize. Like I said, I do have some filming tomorrow and Monday, and then some other stuff on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that I have to do. It's a good paying gig. You know, it pays a little more here than streaming. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. But again, thank you, everybody. If you do have an Amazon Prime account, please gift me a subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. If not, I'll take a follow. That works just as well. Oh, you're welcome, Star. You're welcome. Again, continue to show your support by cheering, subscribing, or donating to the channel. Lunar Silver Star story for the Sega CD is coming up here. The Lunar Silver Star story, complete Silver Star story, is coming up for Game of the Week here on PlayStation. I'm trying to receive donations to get it for the Sega CD to play it on there. Roto, good to see you. Yes, Roto's kind of been lurking. Continue your support there. Stay alert for live streams by following my Twitter page. There's the link to that. And if you want to watch anything from the previous streams or anything that I've done in the past, Twitch does delete them every 60 days for me. That starts going up the list. So when it hits 60 days, it gets rid of the older stuff. All of these have been uploaded to YouTube. There's a link to my YouTube page. And again, I really hope you enjoyed Metal Gear Solid today. I'm glad it's done. It was a little bit of a nightmare for me. Close to a meltdown, but doing better. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now and shut up now. But stay close to my page here. I'm going to update my schedule of when I can get another game listed up. I'll probably be putting some schedule stuff on the Facebook pages. So on NES fans on Facebook, go ahead and follow them as well. Most importantly, follow the Twitter page. I do all of my updates there. So again, thank you again for everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. And to the new followers that I have and the old subscribers and viewers, I couldn't do it without everybody like you. So on behalf of NES and SNES fans, my name's slapartist. Everybody have a good rest of your Saturday and stay safe. Have a good evening.